Good day, good day, good day, good day, people. Welcome to the Love Always podcast. My name is Jason Francis, aka Smiley P from the Starlight Crew. And today I'm proud and honored to have a special guest with me from East 17. Remember the legendary group from the 90s? They were smashing it up and down the country. But my guest today, the one and only, we call him John HENDY. All right, that was just an introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whoever's tuning, whoever's watching, once again, this is the Love Always podcast. Jason Francis, alongside me today, the one and only from the boy group from the 90s, East 17, John HENDY.
What's happening, everyone? Thank you for having me, Jace.
John, it's been a pleasure, and I can't wait to get started with you and let the people know your story.
No, the pleasure's all mine.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, so basically we're going to just talk about your story, where it started, the highs, the lows, what you're doing right now, etc., etc. We're just going to flow, keep everything spontaneous, and we're just going to enjoy the show. So remember, this show is always about love, and love always is the program. So we're going to try at the end to try and inject some love into you guys out there, the listeners. And don't forget, guys, if you want to send some messages and give some shouts out, we're going to respond to each and every one, or as many as we can. So John, we're going to start off with let the people know, and me especially, how did it all start with you? Do you remember where you was the first time that you got introduced to the guys, etc.? Just elaborate and let me know exactly.
Well, basically, it all started, me and Tony was walking up Wood Street, and there was like sort of flat sort of party. And we went in there, and we met these couple of guys. They were the Pet Shop Boys dancers.
Okay.
And basically, like, we were just saying to them, we want to try and get into music. And they give us a number. They said, I got this number. His name's Tom Watkins. He done Bros, Pet Shop Boys. So, like, Tony giving me his number, and he said he'd give you a call. Like, this went on for months. I said, Tony, has he rung you yet? And he's like, no, another month. Has he rung you? And I think about 8 months later, Tony rung me. He's like, no, he didn't ring me because he didn't have a mobile phone.
I think it was pages, wasn't it, back in the day? Yeah, it was pages.
No, just run around to each other's house, you know.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah, so he knocked on my door. He said, Tom's called me. And I was like, no. I said, yeah. So me and Tony went up to meet him. Big house in Maida Vale, felt a bit like, we were a bit nervous. And he was like, look, you two, I'll be straight. You need to get a couple of friends and you've got to make it a group thing, you know what I mean? So then we got Terry and Brian involved. And we all went to the same school, but it was in different years.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically we all got together, met up with Tom again, and it just went bam, it just flew straight from there, went straight into studios, writing songs, making tracks. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how it
So was you brought up in East 17? Was you born in East 17?
Yeah, I was born and bred Walthamstow. That's my area. I used to live in a flat called Priory Court, massive estate.
I know it.
You know it?
Yeah, Priory Court, yeah, because I was
I lived in Cell Block H.
Cell Block H. So obviously you guys got together. Then you had what it was as far as I remember, it was Terry, Tony, Brian, and obviously you. You became a collective group of East 17.
That's right.
So do you remember how you got signed? How did it come about? Like, was it your first record that you done, or was it just like you got exposure from somewhere?
This is a good one. You're going to like this one.
But
This
tell
is what
me.
I mean. When people don't, some people know, some people don't. So basically, we had our management, yeah. So then we was down East Poolney Studios, and all of a sudden, like, all these people start coming down, and like, someone's like, right, it's going to be like, all these companies are bidding for it. I remember Madonna's manager was there as well.
Okay.
Like, wow, like, it was a bit starstruck. It was a bit like, what's going on? There's about 7 different record companies. Basically, someone was like, right, the highest bidder is going to be the record company. Do you know what I mean? So that was crazy. And we got like the highest album deal at the time. We got a 5-album deal for £5 million.
Okay, what record company was you signed to?
Oh no, what's it?
It's been a long time.
It starts with a P.
Oh, P.
Polygram.
Polygram, yeah, Polygram. So it's something like that. You see what? You know what I really like about you, John. You know what? I remember how I first met you. Basically, as people know. The cat crawling, yeah. Yeah, we have to get an elephant, I think, yeah. Yeah, so I remember, I obviously know I'm a football coach. Kids, remember I'm a football coach. And then I remember I got a call from Paula. Paula is one of the owners of Mini Shooters. Big up Paula, Mini Shooters.
Yeah, big up Paula.
Yeah, I'm a coach. And Paula said to me, Jason, there's this kid, he's really good. Would you like to him to come training. So I said, yeah, bring him along because I give every child a chance to see what they can do. And then that's how I remember we got introduced. But what I'm trying to say is when I met you, we had such a nice conversation. It was like we connected straight away.
Yeah. I think we were like two of a kind.
Two of a kind, yeah. Two of a kind. And obviously, I met you with your wife and your son. His name is Usher. And it just kicked off from there. And now your son is extremely well playing for the team. And he's doing extremely well. Even the last 2 weeks, I think it's the week before he scored a hat-trick, right?
Yeah, hat-trick. You got Star Player, was it? Star Player, Player of the Day or whatever?
Yeah, that's right.
Got a nice little trophy, come home with it. I went, what, another one?
Oh, brilliant. And obviously they played yesterday. He scored another goal as well.
Yeah, he scored 2 goals and he was playing with a swollen ankle as well. So he's done really well, really proud of him.
Okay, so John, we know how it all started. How you got together, how you got signed to Poly Records, etc. So right now in your life, what are you doing to survive and to earn some corn?
What I'm doing at the moment, I'm basically back in roofing again because it's something I'm really good at. I've been doing it for a long time as well. So it's just like something, like when you go to work for someone and you don't really know and you've got to be told what to do, just literally I can just turn it up the job, get on with everything, I know everything. So yeah, it's hard work, but I enjoy it and it keeps me a bit fit as well.
Yeah, which is one of the main things as well, because like I said to you, I remember I saw a interview on TV once, and you said to the interviewer that your old man said to you that you should always have a trade.
Yeah. It's always a good thing to have a trade because you never get out of work sort of thing. You've always got work, So it is good to have a trade. So yeah, anybody out there, if you're growing up, make sure you get a trade because something you can always fall back on.
Exactly. And so in the 90s, what was it like growing up in the 90s? What memories do you remember that really made you feel like, yeah, this is life, I love it?
It's just crazy, because obviously I'm old now, innit? But going back from the 90s, like we say, where we didn't have mobile phones, we all used to hang out in the streets, play bulldog, running about.
Knock down ginger.
Yeah, knock down ginger.
That's true, I remember them ones.
We used to do these things as well. We used to have like a fishing wire.
Okay.
And we used to tie when houses opposite each other, we used to get the fishing wire, do a knot round one letterbox, going to the opposite house, doing that again. We used to do it going all the way down the road, and we used to run in the road in the middle, going like that to the wire, and everyone's doors going.
See, that's what I'm talking. So
and everyone coming out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so did you have things like the Rubik's Cube, a BMX, etc.?
Yeah, I had the Rubik's Cube. I couldn't do it. So what you had to do, I won't lie, I used to take the stickers off. Make me have one.
I never ever thought of that, actually, to be honest.
It did pull off, but then someone said, "Oh, show me how to do it." And I was like, God damn.
But you know what? Like I remember during the 90s, things were so free, and we really kind of lived in the free world a little bit. Because you remember, like we had the VCR tapes.
Yeah, that's it.
We used to go to Blockbusters. you remember them?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they used to watch the kung fu movies, and they used to skip a line like, "I kill your father." You kill me too. Those were the days, man. I also remember the days of the cassette tapes, and when they used to come out, we used to get a pencil and used to wind it back in. Yeah, those were the good old days. So Johnny.
And the BMXs.
Yeah, the BMXs, mate. Can't be.
Like on ET trying to fly. It's like this bike's not flying, man.
Cool. All right, Johnny. So what we're going to do? We're going to play a song from E17, and after the song, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the highs and the lows, and then but. All that for people, all those tuning in right now, once again, this is the Love Always podcast with my special guest from E17, John Hendy, and we're going to carry on the talking after one of the E17 songs. Hold tight. Yes, people, welcome back again after the song, one of the songs from E17. My name is Jason Francis, if you don't know, a.k.a. Smiley P. I'm here with my special guest from E17, John Hendy. What? John, so we started off with talking about how it all started, where do you live, what you've been doing in the meantime, etc. So now, on the second part of the show, and especially now, we're going to go into the highs and into the lows a little bit. So I want to know what's been the low point for you during the struggles of being away from the band.
Well, the lowest point was we was all sort of like thinking we're doing great, and then we just got a phone call from the manager saying basically like. No, sorry, let's go back because that was with Brian and Terry. So the first time was obviously when Tony sort of resigned.
Okay.
And it was about what Brian said as well, but I'm not going into that too much.
Yeah, you said as much as you can.
But basically, yeah. So basically, everything just got stopped. And like when we was in the band, like we had everything getting paid for. Like your mortgage was getting paid for, your cars were getting paid for, everything was getting paid for, your food, your shopping,
Okay.
everything, rent, bills.
So you just had to concentrate on doing music.
Yeah. No, then it just stopped. When
Okay.
we got dropped, everything got stopped. So you can imagine like living with all these things getting paid, and then the next day, nothing. It was like panic, like a shock. It was like, what?
So,
So I just had to go straight back into roofing. I had to. Straight the next day, I went back into roofing.
so your dad was right in it. So when he said you have to have a trade, something to fall back on.
Yeah, I'm glad I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that would have hit hard. It did hit hard. You know what I mean? It's not like you imagine like it's every boy's dream to become famous, and then all of a sudden for him to go strip it away from you within a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
So,
must have
yeah.
been really hard and really. So, was that part of the beginning where everything started to fall apart?
Yeah, basically, yeah, that's where it fell apart. Like Brian wasn't really working, Terry wasn't doing too much. So I think it's like a few months later, like Brian and Terry sort of like we can go out and do some shows. You know what I mean? Going up north here, there, and everywhere, just doing some live shows in clubs, doing club tours and things like that. So that's what we done. We done out there. We was nicking a little bit of money to survive for the week. You know, and from that it started getting a bit better. Then we started going abroad to Germany, doing the 90s tours, things like that. So that brought it all up. But then that sort of ended up sort of crashing down a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it was a bit falling out. Like Brian wasn't turning, like being late and things like that, and it become a bit much. So we just knocked it on the head, and then went back to roofing again.
Roofing again. So tell me, obviously there was 4 of you in the group. I'm guessing you had the manager, etc.
Yeah.
So money-wise, what was it like? How was it spread around? What was it like? What's like percentages, etc.? Because I know in music sometimes the writer gets a percentage, a big percentage of the money. Yeah. So I want you to know what money-wise, how did you cope with that, and what was your part in the group itself?
Well, basically, I was just basically done backing vocals, done dance routines with Terry. So that was it. Not really live vocals and things like what's it? Lead singer, sorry.
Lead singer, yeah.
I wasn't cut out.
So
for
basically,
that.
Brian was a lead singer.
Yeah, Tony was a rapper.
Was
Me
a rapper,
and Terry
yeah.
done more the dancing,
Dancing.
backing vocal.
But also, did you also play instruments as well?
I played a little bit of bass. People always felt I was like lying, but I could play a little bit of bass.
Okay.
Not a lot. Do you know what I mean? I can play like a few bits on keyboards, but like I say, I wasn't a musician. It's like we was just 4 kids from the street.
Yes.
Like we didn't go, you get these people that go to drama classes.
Yep.
He's picked for that because he's a good dancer. I would pick him because he's a good singer. I pick them too because they look like each other. We was just 4 kids from the street. And like I say, it happened so quick, you didn't even get time to get anything prepared sort of thing, you know?
I understand. But you know what? There's a saying I always use. I believe in life, nothing is coincidental. So by you and the other 3 guys, Tony, Terry, and John, and yourself, getting together, it was meant to be.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like now, today,
Yeah.
your son playing football, I'm coaching your son, it was meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly
saying?
like that.
Because like when you're born, you don't know your journey.
Yeah, exactly.
You just go through your journey. So whatever comes your way, or whatever object or situation comes your way, you've got to deal with it.
Yeah, I believe like it's always that saying, isn't it? Being in the right place at the right time.
Exactly,
Or
exactly.
being in the right place at the wrong time.
yeah, that's right. Because like it's the yin and the yang of life, innit? So,
Yeah, that's it.
like I said to you, if we knew the solutions before we got a problem, there's no point in living.
Yeah.
I mean, because the nature and the universe tests us. It gives us challenges. It's like you don't pass your driving test with one lesson.
No,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
I did. I'm not even
Like,
joking.
no, because remember back in the day, right? We could actually drive without getting into too much
I know what
problems.
you're saying. You was
Yeah,
driving before you even was
Yeah,
meant to be driving.
exactly. Do you remember your first car?
Yeah, it was I think Escort, a little Escort. But then I was like,
XR3i?
No, I wish. I went out and got a finance and I bought RS 1600i.
How old was you
It's
then?
like the XR3i, but it's like one step up.
Yeah, how old was you then?
I was 18.
18. Oh, you was legal to drive.
Yeah.
and legal for a few other things as well. Yeah, so... all
That
right.
percentages thing though, so if I can rewind on that. bit.
Yeah, of course you can.
Saying about,
Elaborate.
what we ever got. Basically, we was all on a wage, because people don't get this. They think you've got loads of money. We was on an actual set wage. When we
Okay.
first started, we was on about £250 a week each, right? And then you think I was roofing before, and I was getting like about £400. So I was like, hold up, we're in a famous pop band now, and I'm taking less money than I was getting roofing. But it comes in slowly. Like the manager said, there's like this pipe, and the money goes into this pipe. and it's like, this money's got to go through that pipe. You've got to wait to get to the end of the pipe. But I think our pipe was blocked, you know what I mean? It was well and truly blocked.
Truly blocked. But as far as I know, just from researching, I'm sure you guys sold over 20 million records, right?
Yeah, well, I think even more.
Even more.
Yeah.
But when you think about
So
it,
about 40?
yeah. So if you try to do a little bit of calculation off my head, it's like 20 million records. I'm not sure if it's singles or albums.
Yeah.
So you're looking at probably just under 50 million quid.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah.
A lot
and
of
you're
money.
getting £250 a week, so something doesn't sit right with me.
But I say what it was basically, down in a nutshell. Me, Brian, Terry, we didn't get much out of it at all. Tony was the one who got it all because he was a songwriter, you know. And you know, people always think, if it was me, I'd share a bit of the love.
Yeah,
you know
that's what I'm saying, because
sort of that's where he becomes sort of detached from us three.
Okay.
Because you know, like I remember the accountant said, any time that happens, it causes friction in the band. You know what I mean? Because if he's got like, I remember we was on a plane once. People notice anyway because it's in the documentary.
Yes.
Like it's like he like said to me, how much you got money in the bank? And I was like, I've got about 200 quid. Why? And he went, I've got 250 grand. And I was just like shocked. I was like, looked at him and I thought, well, why would you say that? You know what I mean? But you know, you can have all the money, yeah. Because like I did have a bit of money, but I wasn't really happy.
Yeah, understand.
And now I ain't got no money.
Yeah,
and I'm more happy than I've ever been. You know what I mean? Life's a struggle, but you got to move on, isn't it?
Yeah, move on. Yeah, because, like I said, things happen. We get together, and people sometimes are not real. And I see that you've got a tattoo that says "Trust no one" or nobody. So I guess that's part of one of the reasons why you got that tattoo.
Yeah. But it's a known saying, isn't it? Because someone said to me, like when I had it done, I was like, oh, that's not nice for Nina. Do you know what I mean? Because you're saying you don't trust no one. But come on, you know what I mean? It's not. It's just a saying, isn't it?
It's just saying. All right, hold that thought there. We're going to play another song from East 17, and then we're going to come back and we're going to try and talk about some highs and then keep it positive. Once again, this is the Love Always podcast. Myself, Jason Francis, a.k.a. Smiley P, alongside East 17, John Hendy. Listen, guys, we're back after the break. Yes, okay. As you know, when you do lives, there's always a little technical hitch, but it's not going to stop us on doing what we do the best, which is just flow and be spontaneous. So, Johnny, yeah, we've gone through like how you met, the record company, over 20-something million records, getting £250 a week. Peanuts, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
But before we go into the positives and the highs, was there a part during that time where you felt lost and depressed and really hurt?
No, not really, you know. Because like, I think because I'm just so down to earth, you know what I mean? I think you just got to crack on with life. You know, I suppose I got a little bit down. I started feeling a bit depressed. I went to my doctor. I knew the doctor, you know what I mean? And I said, I'm feeling a bit low, mate. Like, maybe I need some antidepressants. And he was like, John, I know you, mate. You don't need antidepressants. Don't get on them, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, you get a bit low, but like you just got to pick yourself up, you know what I mean? Because it's like life goes on. You know?
Goes on. And I'm guessing, what was your old man like? Was he a soldier? Did he like make you tough? Did he like show you the way if anything goes wrong?
Yeah, you know, but that's what I'm saying. We're going back to old school, you know.
Yes,
what I mean?
yes.
I was saying to Nina about the kids and that. They don't really do nothing. Like when I was little, me and my sister used to have like a rota thing. Like John would be hoovering at this day, Karen would be making the beds. You know what I mean? Cooking, cleaning, blah, 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 blah. So we had things to do. We got brought up strict, but not in a bad way.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
But it pays off to get brought up like that, because then when you get older, you can cook and clean. You know what I mean? And he brought us up with a lot of respect for people.
Yeah, 100%. I can resonate with that really well, because obviously, you know, I was in a boy group myself, the Starlight Crew.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do a podcast with you, because I can resonate with this very, very well. Because I remember there was a time we was at Brunel University in Uxbridge there, and we had a pre-contract signed, and our manager at the time was Dave Morrison. Shout out Dave Morrison. And we got a little bit excited, and we were quite famous, but we wasn't famous on television-wise, but going up and down the country, outside of Europe, England, etc.
Working clubs and things like that.
Clubs, yeah, doing loads of PAs and shows and supporting big acts as well. We were well known, and obviously we tried to do our thing, and then it was meant to be, it was meant to be, but the experience and the journey was phenomenal.
It's amazing.
That-
It is
amazing,
amazing.
yeah. We had some really good guys along the way. We had the Six Pack Crew dancers. We had DJ Blue as well.
Wow.
He really tried. He tried to get the ball moving and for the production side and for the promotion side. But sometimes in life, some things are not meant to be. But
No.
the memories I've got, money could never replace that.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little story, and that just for a perfect with what you just said. Yeah, I used to go around to we used to know a lot of rich people,
Yes.
and like this is when I was down sort of a low point. I just had like an old sort of banger car, you know what I mean? So pull up, there'd be like Bentley on the drive, Ferrari, something like that, and that just makes you feel even more down. You know, I'm meant to be the one with money. People always think I'm a millionaire. So you go inside, I've been talking to them all. Now it's all down to earth like me, you know what I mean? But those like professional gamblers, some of them, and like they have the Rolexes, and I've just got like
Yes.
a fake one from Northwood Market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, one thing what they said to me was, John, you know, we've got all the money, we've got the big cars, but I would give that all up, go through what you've experienced in your life with E17. So that G'd me right up, made me think, yeah, you know what? I had the privilege to go through that. Do you know what I mean? Traveling the world, big experiences. You know, we had Pepsi. Pepsi approached us, wanted to do an advert. We had a Pepsi advert when we went to Moscow, Red Square. It was like they said 1 million people, and I think it was a lot. And I remember we had all these guards, and you know them guns with the great big knives at the top.
Yep.
They had all to be jumping up and down like that. So it's all right. It was amazing, mate.
Yeah, so your story is phenomenal. And someone like you coming on this show, for me, it's a lot more enthusiastic and it carries a lot more weight than someone who's already famous and still established famous right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because your story, there's a lot of people out there that can probably relate to it and resonate with it because it's not a story to convince people. You're being real and honest.
Yeah.
And I commend you for that. Like going back to what I said is, I remember when I met you and I'm a guy. I scan people, I read energy, and when I do this show, I just don't get anybody. Something happens and something switches in my energy and it says, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And then I remember I either spoke to your wife or I spoke, big up Nina. Nina's here with us as well. She's going to come back on later. Yeah. I spoke to your wife and I said, yeah, ask John, would you like to do a podcast? And the first thing he said, yeah, I'd like to do a podcast.
Yeah, yeah, I've never done one, do you know what I mean? So it's my first time, but I've got trust in Jason, do you know what I mean? Like, he's a lovely bloke, do you know what I mean? We ain't known each other for years, but like Jason just said a little while ago, you know, you just find that connection. It's like you got a lot to relate to each other, you
Yes,
know? So,
yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
It's my first time, but no, I thank you for having me, Jason.
No, no problem. You know, and I remember when I first met you, I'm going back a little bit, your son came, but I never knew that you was from E17.
Yeah.
It's only at the end of the training session, someone said to me, you know that guy is? Because when I met you at a chat in the corridor, I just approached you like a parent.
Yeah,
rather than E17, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously I met your missus, and then you just click from there. So I believe I want to give everybody a chance, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about why I do the Love Always show. So before we carry on, so basically it's within my heart there's a lot of spirit, there's a lot of goodness, there's a lot of power and energy. And I'm from a time where we lived in the free world a little bit. I grew up in the 80s. I'm from St. Lucia originally. I came here in 1981.
What are you doing here?
Blame it on the mother. Yeah. And then as I've been very spontaneous. I'm very self-taught. I would say life is my teacher. Life is my educationer. And everything I've learned is by observing and watching, analysing, and then trying. Because my hands and my eyes are my CV.
Yeah, no, that is good,
You know what I'm
mate,
saying?
that's
So I'm
good.
very practical. Like I say, you put me in the classroom, I'll probably be the last one to finish.
Yeah.
But you put me on the job, yeah, I'll be in the top 3.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like even like me being a coach now. It's I didn't go to college or classes to learn to be a coach. It's just done through my observation, and I know what it takes to make someone better. So one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on the show, because remember, when I speak and when I have a conversation, I'm also feeding off you. I'm also learning myself.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like if I can help to spread some energy back into people, into the world, to show people that whatever happens in life, once your heart is happy, with whatever you got materialistically wise, it's secondary. You know
That's
what I'm
so
saying?
true, you know what I mean? Like Jason's saying, you know, people have goals, like things they want to do. If they can't do them first, second, third time, yeah, don't give up. You've got motivate. Do you know what I mean? You just got to keep on. I'll tell you another little thing. This is one of my friends. I used to go round to his house, and he used to have a picture of a Ferrari and his house, yeah. And I said, like, why you got this picture of Ferrari and this big house on your fridge? He went, think about it, yeah? Every day I go to that fridge, I'm looking at it. I close the fridge, I open it every day. He said, that's what I want in life, yeah? By me doing that, I see it every day. And I thought, that's a bit weird, you know what I mean?
Weird.
But a few years later, he had that Ferrari.
Yeah,
He
Ferrari.
had the nice house.
There you go. Like, there's a saying I say, like, if plan A doesn't work, you make plan A better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the way life works here and is designed, you get a task and you have to solve the puzzle. Because if the puzzle sorts itself, you don't learn nothing.
No, exactly.
I mean, there's no something like doing something wrong or mistakes. Like my mother used to say to me, nothing beats a try but a failure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying sometimes, like, some people pass the driving test the first time. Some people might pass second or third time. But eventually, we're going to pass.
You just got to keep on, ain't you?
Yeah, so going back to E17, I remember, you guys had the number one.
Yes, we did indeed.
Yeah, so...
Only one.
Only one you won.
Don't be greedy, you know what I mean? One's enough.
Do you remember how long did it last at number one?
I think it was about 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. And that was the Christmas one. That was a good time.
Yeah, so if I recall, this song was dedicated to Tony's brother who passed away, right?
Yeah, he passed away.
Passed away.
Tony had the song
And as far as I know, that song wasn't meant to be on the album. It was just like a song that was just...
It wasn't meant to be a Christmas song.
A song, yeah.
It was just a normal song. But, like, the manager, like, he was good, you know what I mean? He knew what he was doing. And they just basically, it was a song, and it's like, wasn't really a Christmas song, but then they just like putting the tube bells, dum dum, you know what I mean? And then from there, it went to number one, so yeah.
So, Johnny, we're going to play this Christmas number one. Yes, thank you once again, guys. The Love Always podcast. That was an original Stay Another Day, but we're going to play it at some point. But the whole point is about whatever happens on this show, everything is real. That's saying everything is real.
That's live for you.
Yeah, that's live for you, mate. Sometimes
so
you want...
It's not pre-recorded, is it?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. So, John, so right now, you're married, right?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
What was the last time I checked?
So, how long you been married?
I've been married for, how long we've been married for? About a year now.
Oh, yeah. So, I always ask people this question.
I waited, you know what I mean? We've been together for over 12 years, you know. But
okay, brilliant.
Wait,
so,
make sure she's the right one.
So, who got their knees dirty?
I don't know. I've got some burns on them now.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's an explicit one.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, everyone. Don't go there.
That's right. Don't go there, kids, until you're 16. Yeah. Anyway, so I was going to say was I always ask people this question: how did you meet your wife?
On Twitter.
Seriously? No. Tell the story. Tell the
I
story.
met her on Twitter.
Yeah.
I was cause like I was on my own. I was living at my dad's for a year. Do you know what I mean? And I was just flicking through Twitter. One of my mates said, "Oh, mate, you got to get a bit of social media. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're doing."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still going to the pub trying to pull a bird in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went on there and I was getting these girls like me. And I see Nina pop up, and I was like, "Yeah, she's a bit of me." And then we started. We wasn't really talking at first because she's Spanish. Yeah. She didn't speak a word of English.
Okay.
So she used to translate to her sister because her sister could speak English. So it was a three-way conversation. So I would say to her sister, I really like Nina, I really fancy her, blah, blah, blah. Then she'd go, and Nina would go, yeah. So, no, it just started off like that. Then she started coming over at weekends. And then she was like, I just want to stay here. Do you know what I mean? Because it was upsetting every time she went home. And it was upsetting for me as well.
Where was she living at the time?
What? Come on, say it. Palma de Mallorca.
Oh, she was not in the UK. She was in.
No, she's from Mallorca.
Okay, so you
Mallorca, you know what I mean?
The water don't taste like what it
ought. It's not water.
But she was from Mallorca.
That's a naughty water.
So do you So I guess did you meet her at the airport?
Yeah. I said pick her up, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So so what was it like initially? What was it like initially when you was going to meet for the first time in real?
For the very first
time that I saw your brown eyes.
I said, yeah, let's go.
That's it. Was it like...
When I first met her, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know when you're talking on, like the Twitter and that, you can't really see, you know what I mean? So I've got all jazzed up, got my ripped jeans on, my little boots, got a little jacket on and that, gone to the airport, and I'm waiting for her. I was thinking, come out, and I was like, oh my God, she's taller than me.
Oh no.
And she was a big, like, she used to wear high heels, yeah, and I'm just like, no, don't do that. Honestly, she's like nearly 7 foot,
Yeah.
and I'm like 5'5" or whatever it is.
Yes.
I was like, you know, like when you're old hands, you walk down the road, it's like, oh my.
So she could put her hand around your neck.
Yeah, twice.
Twice. 3 times a lady, and she loves you. Yeah, so this is a lovely story, and like I said, we're going to keep it real right now. And do you remember your first date?
My first date? Yeah, I didn't like him.
Why was
that? Date?
Yeah, no, date. Well, where did you go for your first date?
Oh, my first date?
Yeah.
I was with this girl, Keely. I was only like young at school.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I was
Young
love her, you know what I mean?
at
Little.
heart.
Spend my beer mix when I go there. My
Okay.
dad was like, right, you've got to be there at 9 o'clock. And I was like, she's like, oh, you ain't going yet? And I'm like, thinking, it's 5 to 9, you know. I've got a
Brilliant.
10-minute bike ride. So I used to like ride home and just put my watch back to about 8:30. As soon as I walked through the door, my dad like, what time's school is? And I was like, 8:30. Yeah, I'm not falling for that one. You put your watch back, didn't you? So it was 9:30.
Brilliant.
So, that one.
So basically, something just transformed in you right now. So that's why I said we're going to talk about the highs now.
Yeah.
As soon as you start talking about your wife, how you met, your first date, etc., I felt a bit of Johnny, the real Johnny, to start coming out. You started
Feeling the love,
laughing,
innit, Jason?
feeling the love, yeah.
Feeling the love
And this is what it's
always.
all about. Because remember, it's not how you start, it's how we finish.
That's
so
it.
the whole point is starting. They say sometimes in life, for you to bounce up, you have to hit rock bottom. And
That's it, exactly.
I'm sure if deep down in your story, as much as you
Deep
elaborate
down.
here and to people, only you and your wife knows exactly what you've gone through, maybe your parents
yeah, we
and
haven't
lots
had
of
it
friends.
easy, but you know, like you say, you have your highs and your lows.
Yes.
You know, and I have gone from really high to really low. Like we end up going into a hostel, so and that was really hard.
I could imagine.
Yeah,
I could imagine.
sharing with people, and that's at COVID as well. We had to share a bathroom, kitchen.
But
Like, no
imagine that
disrespect,
though.
there's crackheads in there. And
Yeah, but
everything.
imagine that, like from a record deal, top of the pops, playing in stadiums. I'm not sure stadiums, but maybe
Yeah.
shows and
Yeah,
arenas.
Wembley Arena.
Wembley Arena. That's what 20,000 people minimum,
Yeah,
something like that.
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, and then from that into a hostel.
Yeah.
If you wasn't very strong, you could have gone the other way.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like you could have been taken advantage of. Drugs could have played a bigger part in your life, etc.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
bang on there, mate.
So what
So
made
a lot of people do that, don't they? They
Yeah.
go to the drugs, and I can get where they do go, but some they can't make it out of there. You know what I mean? I've got a few people I know that have hit rock bottom, and they went to drugs, and they say to me, no, they're not doing it now, but they said, you know what, this wasted 15, 20 years of my life. You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
So stories like that sort of gee you up and think, you know what, maybe let's not go that route. Let's be the bigger man and just crack on and do your best you can.
All right, before we go, okay, as you're talking there, I'm listening, I'm scanning. So if you had any advice to give to the kids or anyone listening or anyone who's gone through a similar situation as you, what kind of advisable advice would you give?
I'd give advice like always try your best, yeah, because you can't do no more than that. Do you know what I mean? Always keep your head up. You know, don't trust everyone. Do you know what I mean? Because you have to trust in someone though, but you know you will know when that person comes. So yeah, my advice is just never give up. Always go forward. Try not to go down the bad roads. Try and stick to the right ones. Yeah. So yeah, that'd be my advice. Just like be strong and try and carry on.
Love it. So, Blue, I wanted to go to another song. So I don't know if he's going to let me this time. He's still messing around.
Go.
So,
Go.
yep. Yes, that was E17's number one, Stay Another Day. I'm here with John Hendy from E17. John, you wanted to say something. Do you wanted to give any shouts out to anybody?
I'd like to shout out to everyone who knows me. No, just big up me mate Darren. Big up to me Mrs. Nina, me kids, Usher, Aaliyah. Love you all.
That's it. So, John, you know, when you was going through your trials and tribulations, was there anyone that really stood out that you say, you know what, they saw you through the really, really low part and they stood by you and they helped you get back up? Anybody that recalls in your mind?
Obviously with Nina, but that was later on sort of thing. But I wish I'd have met her like years ago, do you know what I mean? But no, sort of just basically by myself and just some pals, you know what I mean? At roofing, It's just, you know, like, we're just so busy, you ain't got time to think about being low, you know, so, and I was working hard, I worked by myself sort of thing, and I got a labourer in now and again to help me, but I was just like working 6 days a week, keeping myself busy. That's another good help sort of thing, keep yourself busy, you ain't got time to get low, you know.
So obviously during the boy band and the successful times, you must have travelled a lot of countries.
No.
You know?
No,
Seriously?
never, mate. I went to Leighton one day, and then from there I went to Leytonstone.
You had me there for a second.
No, yeah, I've been around the world, baby.
Being
And
around the world, and
yeah.
I can find my baby.
Yeah, no, I went around the world about 3 times everywhere. The only place I didn't go was Brazil, which is a country I've always wanted to visit. For some reason I don't know, but no, I never went to Brazil. Never been to Mexico. But apart from that, yeah, all the Far Eastern Asian countries.
Okay, and the most of Europe, I guess. Australia, yes.
Every, you know, like when you go to a big country, you visit every sort of state.
States, yes.
And it was hard work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So the tour buses, maybe lack of sleep, probably.
Yeah. It's hard. You know, people go, oh, you go to all these famous places, but like, I have to say, like, it's not like that. Basically, you get off the plane. From the plane, you get into a car.
Yes.
From the car to the hotel.
Yeah.
And then from the hotel to the venue. From the venue to the hotel to the car to the airport, back and doing that. And that's constant now.
It reminds you of an album down here from the show, the after party, the hotel. Yeah, I think that was from Jodeci, one of the groups.
Yeah, Jodeci.
Jodeci.
Those boys were bad.
Yeah, they were bad because I remember when I was growing up.
Yeah,
they were my friend because I always thought I was Mr. Dalvin. I had the haircut, I had the boots with the seat. Yeah. And that's
Mr. Dalvin.
Yeah, that's how it all started. And so, name me the top 3 highlights of shows abroad that you did that stood out for you.
Right. Well, number 1 would have been Israel. Basically, the track we done was House of Love.
Okay.
It's about stopping the wars, putting the world on hold, blah, blah, blah. And out there, they absolutely loved it. We went out there. We was out there, went straight to number 1.
Okay.
And when I'm saying, like, you know, like you get to 3rd world countries, felt really bad, you know what I mean? Because when we got to the hotel, we had to do this performance on the beach, on the great big massive stage. And all we could see was like a sea full of people, you know what I mean? Not the sea, the sea, and the beach, but a sea full of people.
I see what you mean.
You see that?
I see that coming, mate.
But, no, do you know what? It's quite sad because the people was like selling their sandals.
Yes.
To come to the show and that, do you know what I mean?
Oh, mate.
Like that was amazing.
Was that the Israelis or the Palestinians?
Israel.
Israel. So basically, this was in the mid-90s?
Yeah, mid-90s.
Mid-90s.
I say that between 93 and 95, between them times.
And what was the second one?
The second one has to be Russia, Moscow,
Red
Square, when we had the Pepsi advert. That was an amazing one. And then, do you know, like, there's just so many I can't really think. But
yes.
like doing the Wembley arenas, that was just crazy. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like you go out there, and like, you know, it's like, like our tour managers, we used to be in the dressing room, and you come out, you go, 5 minutes. Like, John, mate, don't do that. Man. I've just got to go to the toilet. You know, you get like butterfly. I tell you, like, you get like say 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know when you're doing your dance routines. Like if you mess up, right, the only way I can advise people, if you mess up, just carry on.
Carry on, yes.
Don't stop and think, oh, what? Oh no, do you know what I mean? Because it does happen. And then when it's in front of 20,000 people, you're like.
But sometimes they might also think that's part of the routine as well.
Yeah.
Because it's only you guys.
Wing it and carry it on.
Cool. So I remember you guys because obviously I was following a lot of groups back in the day. And
was you a groupie?
Yeah, I was. I was definitely.
I've seen you before.
Yeah, I was, mate. I was
a bit younger.
Yeah, I was. Because actually, talk about young. Because I remember when you guys used to maybe come at the tour bus, you had loads of fans screaming and trying to get autographs and fainting, etc.
Well, you know about that, didn't you? Yeah, that was crazy, man. I remember, never forget though, there was this like this girl, and for some reason, like she was going like nuts. You know what I mean? We was getting into the Priv. She was trying to get to us, and I was like, this girl's crazy. You know what I mean? And then as we would start driving off, she was giving it all the road signs, doing all that. Yeah. And we started driving off. Then she started running after our bus thing. Yeah. I think this girl is not well, right? But it's so funny. As I'm looking back at her, and I'm just going like, oh, go away, like that. She's gone even more than afraid, and she's going like that, and then she's gone boom!
Seriously?
Straight into a tree. She ran into a tree. She went straight on the floor and I thought, serve you right.
So did you
That's bright. I lent her my glasses. For
glasses?
next time.
So did you take time out to give autographs and say hello, and take pictures, etc.?
Yeah, we did, but that was never enough. You know what I mean? It's like you know what it's like, Jace. I'd get back from like doing radios on signings all day, and then you pull up as you're coming up to your house. It's like, oh my god, there's like 300-400 girls right outside my house. How am I going to get in my house? I've been doing this all day. I really don't want to do it. But you get out and you know, oh no, you get out. You go, how's it going, everyone? You alright? Yeah. Doing autographs, signing, pictures. You do them all. You do it twice. And I'm going in there. Oh, that's not nice, is it? You ain't spending time with us. I've been out here for 2 hours. You know what I mean? So in the end, you had to be like a bit bad, bit of good. You know what I mean? Sorry, like my sister just come out of the house and go, get out of the way, let him come in. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you got a big family?
Yeah, sort of big families, but sort of don't really speak no more, which is quite sad.
Okay.
You know, we all sort of like fell out over. It's always stupid things as well. You know, like the littlest things. It's not like really major. But yeah, that's just life, you know what I mean? I know loads of people, we all go through it.
We all go through it. How many sisters you got?
I've got 2 sisters.
And brothers?
2 brothers.
So were you the middle, youngest, oldest? You have to think
second,
about that.
I'm second oldest.
The second oldest?
Yeah, my older sister and then me and then I've got a younger brother.
So your other siblings, you don't have any communication at all?
Oh, sorry, I've only got one brother, by the way. Made a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, is he
sorry,
heavy?
Bro. Sorry, bro, the other one, he ain't there.
I mean, is he heavy?
What's that?
Is he heavy?
Heavy?
He's my brother.
Do you know what? He is a bit heavy, you know. But I still love him.
That's right. like Heavy D, baby. Yeah. Yeah. So as we okay. So what do you guys do to keep yourself entertained and occupied on the tour bus, going in different shows?
Can't tell ya. No, that'd be my life ruined, mate.
Oh, seriously?
We used to have, alright, like, let's do the clean version then.
Yeah, the clean version, no problem.
We used to have PlayStation on the bus.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And we'd be like, do you know what? We used to have the musos on the bus with us. Because, you know, like, when you're really big, you know, you travel on your own.
Yes.
But sometimes, we'd have the musos on with us. And they'd make it up. You know what? They was the real stars.
Real stars.
They could play, like, the drummer, best guitarist, best keeper. I'm talking like, you know, I go out on the stage and I'm thinking, mate, what we're doing, they should be getting all the respect for this. They was amazing, do you know what I mean? So they used to be on the bus and that, and then they would just all start singing and tapping and making like a track on the bus and that. Used to join in the background, but it was like, that was their show for us. For us, we was getting entertained on the bus.
So between you, Terry, Brian and Tony, was there like an equal bond, or was it like separate bonds?
No, it's a separate bond.
Okay.
Only for the pure reason, and I will say this, is because like me, Terry and Brian, we did used to smoke, you know what I mean? And Tony didn't like it, because obviously if someone's not smoking, and 3 of you are smoking, it makes the other one feel paranoid.
Yes.
So I think that's how he used to come across. So he used to like more travel on his own sort of thing. Not on the big tour buses, it's like he just kept his distance a little bit from us, you know? But I don't think it's just purely for that reason. Obviously, he was taken under the wing by the management.
Okay.
Guided him. Like I said, us 3 didn't really get guided.
Because I'm guessing he was making them money.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what they were more interested in.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, like, for example, like, Stay Another Day, I don't know what the figures are, you know, who to believe. But someone's told me he gets 50 grand, someone's telling me he gets over 200 grand every Christmas for that song.
I think from research, it's probably just over 100 grand you get for the songs, and that's for
but it's all right,
from royalties, isn't it?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting it for all my Christmases.
Okay, so we're going to hold that thought there. Once again, we got about another hour to go. So this is the Love Always podcast with my mate, my pal, my buddy, John Hendy. We're going to come back after another song. And guys, stay tuned, and thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yes, guys, that's another song from East 17. So welcome back again with my mate, John Hendy from East 17. So now we've got about an hour left. We're going to go through, talk some positivity, and see what Johnny wants to do with his life and etc. So, John, I'm going to start with a question that hopefully pumps a bit of energy into you. What do you feel that can bring you to another level to sustain your happiness where you are right now?
Well, basically, I want to sort of like there's a big story from E17. There's never been a book published or something like that, you know.
Cool.
And the other guys said like we don't all talk, so it's never going to happen as a group. I was just wondering if I could try and do like 25% of the story for people just to get the gist of what goes on. Tell them about a load of funny times, about some bad times. But it would be a good book, you know what I mean? But I'm just trying to get someone who's going to be a little bit interested. I ain't going to say nothing about the other three, so I don't want to do that because that's just going to cause problems and you know, law battles and goes to court, and I'm not about that.
No,
so
but you know, Johnny, as you're speaking, it's like I was go back. I was saying nothing in life happens coincidentally. There's a reason and a purpose behind everything. So even you coming here on this show, you never know what could extend from this. You never know what could blow up from this. This might be a kickstart into someone watching this and say, you know what, I've seen and heard a different side to the real Johnny, rather than the E17 Johnny. Because people see you on stage and the records and the pictures, etc., but they don't get to spend time with you. And but everyone has an opinion because they read something, but it doesn't mean it's actually true or what really went on. So by you coming here right now, you're expressing yourself in an open way, in an honest way, and I appreciate you for that as well.
No, that's all right, bro. I'll tell you, like you said, like when we got brought up from kids, like my dad, like, you know, like when you're having a conversation and you go, that, you get, wait until you're spoken to. So I was like, all right. So in the band days, like when we're doing interviews, it's always like, so Tony, blah, 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 blah. So Brian, what about this? Tony, what about that? And people are like, oh, you and Terry never talk. And we go, well, because they're like, we don't talk over somebody. You know, if they turn around and say, so John, what do you think about this? Or so Terry, what do you think about that? So that's the main reason we hardly ever spoke in the band, you know what I mean? Because all the questions are aimed at Brian and Tony. But like, when we did start getting our voice out there, people was like, you know what, you two are actually quite funny, you know? You know, and it's a shame you didn't get your voice out.
No, it's right, because I've seen some interviews and where the host is like actually like a quick snippet of a question, and they go back to the main two. To the main two. It's like it's like you was there, but you was not there. You was playing a part, but you have to remember it was four of you collectively that made these 17.
Yeah, because always people say, oh, you use the two in the background. Yeah, well, basically that's how it was.
And that's how most boy bands were back in the day.
How it is,
you know, I mean, you always get a lead singer.
Play your part, you know what I mean?
Play your part.
Plays a part, you know what I mean?
So Johnny, you know me as a person, I like to keep positive, and I don't really concentrate on problems. In my head, I would like to flip it into a solution. So if you was to take yourself subconsciously back to a happy place, right, before you met your wife, where would you go? Where would you say that you was at a time before all of this blew up, before you was in the band? Go back to a happy place and just share it with us.
That's a good question, huh?
Think of like happy thoughts.
Yeah, I don't know really. In fact, do you know what? I can't even really think of them, Dal. Never really been sort of happy thoughts, you know what I mean? Always, I think I'm the opposite to you. You know, when I get things, I bring it, I go into myself, and I found it hard. I had to bring it out, you know. Like,
what's your star sign?
Aries.
Aries. Fire.
Fire.
And your missus is water sign? Oh, never fire! Oh my gosh! So you need some water in the family to put one of his out. What's your son?
April. What's his star sign?
What's April?
April 29th.
April Fools. Anyway, guys, can someone Google that? Guys, if anyone's on the chat, right, and they want to send in some questions and some best wishes to Johnny, feel free to, and I'm going to obviously give you guys some chat. So he's a Taurus. So he said he's come over on holiday.
This guy's funny, man.
Yeah, so I would like to say, anybody that's tuned in right now, anyone that's listening to us right now, I want to give a shout to each and every one of you guys. Thank you, because remember, this show, this program, with Johnny right now, etc., it's nothing without you. It's like we have to work together. So I'm going to go back to, once again, like I said to you, my mentality, my focus is try and spread love to the world. And the way I can do that is through a voice, because energy goes a long way. And it connects with what we've all got, which is a heart, a soul, a mind, and a spirit. And spiritually, we all connected, but individually, we are separated as a physical. But as a spirit, we all connected. And we all meet for a reason, and like I said, in life nothing's coincidental. So I also believe as well, sometimes in our life here, the journey is more beautiful than the destination.
That's right.
Yeah,
Do you
so-
believe in all them
Yes,
spirits?
because I'm
You're a spiritual person.
yeah, I'm a healer. I do healing
yeah?
sessions. I'm a theta healer.
Got
And,
pain in my arm here.
Yeah, because pain in your arm. That's not. Yeah, you're lucky you're not pain in the neck. Yeah, so
Pain in the ass.
or pain in the backside. Yeah. You know. So okay, what we're gonna do, guys? Still stay tuned into Love Always podcast with me, myself, and John. I'm gonna play another song, and then we're gonna come back to you guys after the break. Okay. Okay, welcome back to the Love Always podcast. Myself, Jason Francis, aka Smiley P, alongside my friend Johnny.
What's everyone doing?
So Johnny, how you feeling right now? How do you think the show is going for you? Enjoying
Feeling
it?
A bit flustered to tell you the truth. It's all good, mate. It's all good.
You want, so
Feel at home.
do you want my autograph afterwards?
Can I have your autograph now?
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, so guys, now obviously we got we're gonna carry on talking for the next half an hour or so, and then at some point we're gonna bring the families and the kids together, and we're gonna make the show a little bit more family orientated. So, but in the meantime, me and Johnny are just gonna keep talking, and but Johnny, feel free also to ask me any questions that you like as well.
What was the greatest moment of your career, Jace?
The greatest moment of my career. There is many. You talking about musically or family-wise?
No, musically.
Oh, musically first. I would say, okay, this something just resonated with me right now. There was a point I was doing a Southport Soul Weekender, Southport in Liverpool,
Yeah.
and I've never DJ'd in front of 5,000-6,000 people before, and I remember my fingers were sweating. Yeah, my fingers were sweating, and what happened was the needle dropped off my hand. But luckily, it dropped at the beginning of the record.
Oh, that's the result.
Yeah, and the response from the crowd just settled me down. That could have been a disaster. That could have dropped in the middle and got right across. So, yeah, that's one of the highlights. But I remember there were times with my partner, my friend, DJ Mr. Blue, we went to Ghana.
Yeah.
We were just by doing a pirate radio show. He got a message, and then we went to Ghana. I remember there's loads of places. There's one time we was in Temple Bar in Dublin, and we was doing a.
I know that place.
Yeah, we was doing a performance, and then Macy Gray just jumped on the mic with us because she loved what we was doing. There's so many highlights I can't remember, but there's. Because
go back on the Ghana bit then. Is that what you went out to Ghana?
yeah, we went out to Ghana. I think
like?
it was 1998, 99, 99, that time. Yeah, Accra, Ghana. We stayed in a place called North Kanishi. So any Ghanaians listen, Antisane, it stands for how you doing, and they say to you, Boko Boko. I still remember Boko Boko. And they say, thank you is Mudasi. There's many languages I can speak the basics of, you know what I'm saying? So like if you say Russian, you say Privyet. If you say Spanish is hola, Italiano ciao. There's Francais, ça va. There's many countries I know the basics of. Showing off. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, so we was in Ghana. One of the highlights I remember, this is the first time I remember when the plane landed, everybody was clapping because I think
you made it.
Yeah, we made it. Yeah. It was a tradition. And then we went to a place called Cape Coast. It's where we're going back where they kept the slaves and the male and female dungeons and stuff like that. And then we done radio shows over there as well. Blue, it was me, Blue, our manager, Dave Morrison, another MC called Energy. And did we have the dancers at the time? No. Yeah, that was really experience. And I remember when we came back, what do you call it? You know when the silence eclipse? Yeah, the day we landed was the moon and the silence eclipse, yeah.
Oh,
and
amazing, man.
After that's when we did the tour of Sweden and Norway with everybody.
Oh, Sweden and Norway. Oh my gosh.
I bet you lot Messi, man.
Yeah, Messi. I remember that very well. I remember that very well. I drove 7 hours in the car. I remember I had this stalker, man, and she followed me from there to there, man. She wouldn't leave me alone.
She wanted you back.
Yeah, man. But I must admit, though, during my time, I was.
I don't reckon she's funny now. I reckon you put a rope to her back.
I had no petrol, so I nicked a credit card. Yes. Just trying to get it back.
Swipe.
Swipe.
Swiping.
Yeah, but when we was the Starlight crew, I was more like the front man, the pretty boy, the show off, the guy gets his top off on stage, and
Did you come across that way though, or did you feel like more even with the other guys, or?
No, I was more like there was a balance. I didn't overdo it and I didn't underdo it.
Yeah.
Because I was more like the guy, the joker, the one that set the tone, the happy guy. You never really saw me angry or anything like that. I was always in a zone where collectively I wanted us to roll
that's why
together.
you was the front guy, sort of.
Yeah. So and obviously because obviously I started as a dancer.
Yeah.
And then I became a DJ. Then I became an MC.
What was your favourite thing out of three of them?
I would say the way it went, because they were all lovely. Because because the dancing was what got me into the clubs and got me recognized. And because we had this guy called Dave Morrison and Clive Jones. Big up Dave Morrison, Clive Jones.
I know them.
And how it all started. How this all started for me was, I went to a club called the WAG. I don't know if you remember the WAG club.
Yeah, I remember the WAG club. Been there plenty of times.
Yeah, so yeah, I went to the WAG. I met a slag. No joke. And,
that's my one.
Yeah.
Nick, my one.
Yeah, and then yeah. So how it all started for me. Yeah, I know how it started for you, but how it started for me was, I remember we used to go to the WAG. I was maybe about 20, 21, and I met this girl called Elizabeth. And then one day she goes, "It's rubbish in there. Let's go to Starlight in Paddington." And this is where I met Dave Morrison, Clive Jones, and a few other people, Blue, etc., etc., etc. And then one day Dave was the DJ, and Dave was more like a businessman, a white man with glasses, like Superman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then he was DJing at a club. I remember the club was called Shuffles, and I've never used the microphone in the club. So I saw him there struggling. I said, "It's okay if I use the mic." So he passed me the mic. Next thing you know, my name's on Kiss FM. For the club in Paddington, and then that's how the name became Starlight, because the club was called Starlight in Paddington. Yeah, and then good story. And then we moved to a place called Cook's Wine Bar, and I was more MCing and dancing then. And as time went on, I started DJing, and then we just became collectively as a group called the Starlight Crew. We had like sometimes 2 DJs, sometimes we had 4 dancers, but mostly I was like the host, and there was a guy called and then the 4 DJs sometimes, and there was a guy called Emmanuel. He was a singer, so basically he would like sing a cover version, and in between I'll do like a freestyle. Right. That's why I'm really good at freestyling.
So you're singing with the garage and the MCs, isn't you? And things like
no,
that.
Not really the garage. It was more on the R&B and hip hop and soul level.
Oh,
but garage was sets. So maybe play 15, 20 minutes of garage in our sets.
Yeah. Do you know a guy called Robbie Craig?
I heard of Robbie Craig. Do you know Robbie Craig?
I feel fantastic.
I know.
Fantastic.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I'm thinking, if you don't know that.
Hang on, sing that again. Sing.
Nah.
And DT.
Oh, right.
DT.
So he's on the different sort of, like that battle, like Biggie Smalls and Tupac.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry guys, there's a stranger in the background.
That's my brother, mate.
Okay.
Jace.
I was on as well.
Yeah, John. Okay.
Brother from another mother.
That's right. Oh, I love it. Yeah, so basically that's how it all started for me, and as time has gone along, and even this show, how this show started for me was during the lockdown. I was driving in my car, and then I just decided to do a speech.
You wasn't allowed to drive in lockdown.
Well,
you've been naughty, weren't you?
Oh, shit. I get locked down, but I still was out. Yeah, anyway, so, yeah, see it.
Up again.
Shut it, mate. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, so as I was saying here, I was in my car, an old car I had, and I just made a speech. And then it was about maybe 10 minutes long. So I just posted it. Yeah. Next thing you know, there's like loads of comments, loads of likes. And then every week I was doing a speech. And I was calling it Smiley Speech at the time. Right. Then I started making videos. But all my videos were more like uplifting. And then the name Love Always just became natural. Right. So I kept on repeating it. And then that's how I got to do the thing called Love Always. So, and obviously, like I said, my heart is good. I'm a good guy, I believe. I've got a good soul, good spirit. Yeah, so I try to generate that into people that surround me, because everyone has a story. Because I could have been mixing with the guys with money and the girls and the glamour, etc. But in some ways, I'm pleased that we never got signed, because it probably would have turned me a little bit. Because when I was working in the industry, I saw a lot of what's going on in the background. Yeah. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of it's like a false paradise, basically.
But don't you find, like, when you get into the industry, like, you know, like when people say, oh, about drugs, drink and all that, I find when you get into that industry, that's where it comes from.
Yes.
Not in a bad way, industry, but that's how I feel it, and I think a lot of people will feel that, what I'm coming through, you know, because people say, oh, Like when I went first back to roofing, I used to get a lot of respect for people who'd be like, you know what, mate, respect to you, bro. If you was like really famous and like to get back up on that roof. But then you get the other people, yeah, what are you doing up on the roof? I'm saying, why do you think I'm on the roof? I need to earn money, don't I? Oh, what, you done the gear all up your nose, did ya? I'm like, I didn't even touch it, mate, you know what I mean? And that is true, you know what I mean? I used to smoke a bit of weed and that, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, I find it's like you said, Darren, like, it could bring you down.
Who's Darren?
Jason, sorry.
Darren, there he is.
Right, down.
Yeah, Darren at the door, please. Darren at the door.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, he's all that you can. Anyway.
I feel really bad now.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do, Johnny? On that note, sorry, I mean not
Fire
Johnny.
me, get him. See you later. Get off.
Okay, as he called me Johnny, I'm gonna call him Spectrum. Yes.
It's alright, you can call me Dave. I won't mind. Alright,
Okay.
Dave.
Guys, remember this show is all about fun and being yourself and expressing the love and the happiness within, no matter what you've been inside the world. So we're gonna play another song, and then we're gonna come back to some more chat. Yes, that was Touch Me Baby All Night Long. It's one of my favorite songs from the 80s growing up. Once again, I'm Jason Francis, the Love Always podcast, live on the Hub Live Radio with my mate Johnny Hendy from the East 17 group. So Johnny, during the break we was having a laugh and was having a joke, and this is what life is about. It's about fun and entertainment.
Yeah,
and,
I was asking Jason some questions as well.
Yeah, but before we do, guys, maybe about 15 minutes before the show ends, I'm going to invite the whole family on the show, and so we can just enhance the show a little bit, and they can say a few words, and we're going to make it fun. Yeah, so Johnny, yeah, like I said, you can ask me questions as well.
Yeah, no, because I was saying, like, Jason's like in the rap sort of thing, MC, dance and all that, so I was just I was going to ask him, and he said, like, if I could save it for, like, when we're doing it now.
Yes.
So, who's your most favourite woman singer, Jace?
My most famous woman singer? I've never really thought about that one.
Like, you know what I mean?
Great. One of the best voices I've heard from a lady live, maybe Jocelyn Brown. Yeah, Jocelyn Brown. And then you got Graham Godfrey. This is going back in my time. She's the one that sang Outside in the Rain. Then you got like Shaka Khan, and then obviously Whitney Houston was amazing live as well. Yeah, you know. So the people, the real singers and artists to me was from the 80s. Yeah. Because they were original. The way they used to create names for their band, for their songs, the stuff they used to wear, the creativity in it was an art. Yeah. I mean, before technology come, the individual side of people's creativity was very powerful, rather than a machine or AI creating it for you. And anything else you want to ask me?
Another question. Obviously, like you've done the dance, the rap, the MC.
Yep.
Who would you say up to the state? Who's the best rapper? Or who do you think was the best rapper?
In my opinion, at the time I was growing up, it was a guy called Rakim. He was from it was Arabian Rakim, but Rakim to me was the godfather of rap, and his style was maybe advanced. And after that, for lyrical, conscious rapping, you got people like Nas. Nas is one of my favorite singers. Then you got people like Eric B. and Sherman. Then you got like Kool Moe Dee, KRS-One. Those guys, to me, they were like, the way they used to rap as a child growing up, you used to try and imitate their style, incorporate it with your style. Yeah. But so that was a really good question. So for me, Eric B, Rakim, was my, and always will be my number one rapper. Yeah.
I liked them all, you know what I mean? I liked Tupac. He was my favourite when I was younger. Biggie, Smalls. But I find Eminem, for me, is phenomenal.
As a lyricist. Yeah,
he's just crazy. You know what I mean? His lyrics, the way he flows, that he can like change his styles around. You know, I see something on some program, and they got all these like rappers, right? And they like the guy was like, right, you've all got to mention you rap about an orange.
Okay.
Don't know if you ever seen it.
Yes.
So many of the top rappers couldn't do it.
Yeah, because it's one of the difficult words to actually rhyme, or to get something
like Eminem, he smashed it. He came out with like about 6 things just flowed out, and everyone was like, "What?" You know, like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. He's bad anyway. So.
Yeah. But I would say take that.
What? Don't swear at me.
No, but you know why? You just mentioned the name Orange. You just mentioned the name Orange. What's my first name?
Jason.
Jason?
Orange.
That's right, baby. Take that. And stick it in your pipe. Yes. But really and truly, I'm Jason Black, but it's all good. Yeah, so Johnny, okay, we got about 25 minutes left. We're going to talk a bit more and elaborate on a few things. So, as time has gone on from you growing up, you're 17, the band, me and your wife, you know, your kids, etc. On the whole, how do you feel that you've done, and what could you feel you could have done better?
I think what I've done is, I suppose we could have pushed, like, you know, if you're going to go back from the, like, when we was in the band, if we knew a bit more about it, I would have loved to, like, gone up, try and be a better singer, you know, done better things, a lot more better. But, you know, we was young kids as well, do you know what I mean? And some people have naturally got talent, and some people haven't and have to work at it. You know, you like it's just natural. Like,
Yes.
Brian, I know he had to work at his voice, but
Yeah.
like when we was all talking, because we was like, was going to be singing, and Brian just started singing. I was like, oh my God, mate,
Yeah.
you can sing.
You can sing.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
So
is that how it happened? Yeah.
yeah, no, because like Tony was going to do a bit of singing,
Okay.
and it was like it wasn't working. It was in like studio,
Yes.
and Brian was like, I'll have a go at that, and Tony was like, oh yeah, go on then, and then he just started belting out, and we was like, oh my God, because originally it was just going to be them two as the backing dancers.
Okay.
But-
I get it.
When he started singing, we was just like, wow, you know. But some people like naturally at it.
Naturally,
and
yeah,
they can
yes.
get better at it.
Yeah,
Not saying people who ain't naturally good, they can be the best as well. But I'm just saying some people naturally got it, some people haven't. But no, there's nothing in life I'd change really. Do you know what I mean?
But you know
It's
what? The
just-
reason why I asked you that question, it was like there was a little. I was waiting to see what you say. Because the reason why I said that is because I believe in life you should have no regrets.
Yeah.
Everything that you've gone through, it was part of your journey.
it's meant
As
to
bad
have
as may have seemed, it's part of your journey because we all get tested. Some people come out of it thriving, some people come out of it destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's the survival of the fittest, they call it, you know?
Yeah, that's
so,
it.
So because remember, when you're born, your journey is already set for you. You don't know what's friends you're going to make. You don't know what's first girlfriend, your first kiss, your first child, your first virginity, whatever you call it, your first wife. You don't know anything. Because, like I said, if we all knew all those things, right, what's the point of, we might as well be born as a man rather than as a child.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So everyone has a journey. And once again, I always repeat, sometimes the journey is more enjoyable than the destination.
I find journeys as well, I don't know if people can relate, maybe you two as well, you know what I mean? Like you've got these brick walls
Yes.
in front of you,
Uh-huh.
right? And that is your journey. You've got to try and get over them.
Yes.
Yeah, and into the next one, get over it. You
That's
know what
it.
I mean?
That's
That's
it.
the way I look at it.
No, that's really good because I remember before I used to say something like, there's a big, massive wall.
Yeah.
You can't climb it or jump it or get over it. But if a big Rottweiler was chasing you, you'd find
Find a way.
Find a
You'd
way.
find
You
a
know what I'm
way.
saying?
Yeah,
You'd find a way. So that's how people succeed in life because they have that drive, that energy,
Yeah.
that mindset. I was saying to my missus today, driving in, the universe has set us up. We don't have to go and make something. Everything's already there. We just have to get our piece of the cake.
Yeah, find bits
Yeah.
and pieces, put it
That's
together
it.
like a puzzle, innit?
Like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Because I would say that people concentrate on the solution, not what the problem is. There's nothing is a problem. It just means it's a task that you haven't done yet or tackled yet. Because it's only when you do it then you say, oh, is that it? You know what I mean?
James, what's this the symbol on your hat?
Oh, this is
What's that all about?
yeah, it's part of the Forgotten Neighbours. So before we go on, actually, there's a good point you said that. So this radio station, the Hub Live Radio, I have to give them a big shout out to Vincent Sparks and all those connected and they do a show on here because we also have other podcasters and MCs and DJs here. So what they do, they go out, they feed the homeless, and no one gives them enough recognition. So this is one of the reasons why I want to try and get this station a sponsor. I want to get them a bit more blown up because the work they do for the communities is phenomenal, but no one really sees that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Someone will see someone driving a Lambo, but they wouldn't take no notice of someone feeding someone.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's unfortunate how life works in that way because, like I said to you, I'm a guy that I could have been mixed with the rich and the famous if I really wanted to because I've got that personal character and experience. You know what I'm saying? But my heart is not into
don't
that
know more,
materialistic
it's
side
me.
of things. You know what I mean? But like I say, my heart is not into the materialistic side of things because Like I remember, I came to St. Lucia in 1981 on a jumbo jet, and I remember my shoes were so big for me, I had to put newspaper at the top of it so I could take my feet. And that's a true story. It's great, that's a true story. And then when I came over here, uneducated, so I went straight into secondary school. I done 6 weeks in primary school, tell a lie, and I went after that straight into secondary school. So I learned nothing. In 6 months before I got kicked out, because that's everything I've learned now is self-taught.
Yeah.
So I had to go out there. Because basically my stepdad was a plasterer, so during my school holidays I used to go and knock up for him, be a labourer.
Oh, right.
So as he was doing that, I was watching him, and I became a plasterer.
So
and
you had a trade as well?
Yeah, I had a trade as well, and I was in and out of plastering for about over 20 years. So all my trades I've learned, from dancing, DJing, MCing, lifeguard, driver, lorry bubbler, it's all about observation. Because I've always said to you, my hands and my eyes was my CV. So I mean, I just analyze stuff a bit. That's why I became a great MC. I became great with people, because I had to try and fit in. Because I came over here blind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't know anything, know anyone.
I'll just say something, Jay. I'd like to say, like, thank you, mate. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Because what you're doing with this, yeah, and your pal, yeah, I think I love that. You
Thank
know
you.
what I mean? Because
Thank
there,
you.
there ain't enough people getting help like that. You know what I mean?
Thank
You know,
you.
like another thing. You know when you say you're feeling down. The only way I sort, if I'm feeling down, I have to look at someone who's more down than me.
Yes.
And I think, why am I down for? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, no, I think that's great what you're doing.
No,
and
no,
your
thank you,
pals,
bro.
You know what I mean? I think it's really good.
Yeah, we did
Really nice of you.
recognition, and I'm going to try my best to try and get this radio station some recognition for what the work they're doing. Because Vincent, Blue, and all the other sponsors and guys who go out there, sometimes late in the night, early in the morning, raining, snow,
Yeah.
or wet, shelters, sometimes cold, but they're feeding people. They're feeding people. So it's a great thing to do,
Yeah.
and it's something I think that most of us should take time to. And I'll tell you another story. It's like we have a tendency to walk past a homeless person and look down on them, but they have a story. They had a life before that. Because I remember I spoke to one guy who was on the street, and he told me a story. He goes, "Mate, I had a wife and 2 kids, and one day I got a knock on my door that they'd been in an accident. The whole family got wiped out. So now I was coming home to an empty house. I'm getting shivers saying that story.
Yeah. Make mine.
Yeah, I was coming home to an empty house and I felt empty without my family. So eventually he couldn't take it no more. He ended up on the streets, and that's how he passed away. I'm saying, so when I say people on the streets, don't discard them.
No.
Because remember, it's not your look that's important, it's your heart that's important. Because remember, we all feel pain, we all feel love, we all feel sadness, and we all have a connection spiritually, but physically we have to do more to help each other out there.
It's like, sorry to cut you, but it's like from us, he's 17, do you know what I mean? We always get spoken about the bad things, like what we've done, and we was this and that, and what Brian said.
Yes.
Then we got no radio station wanted to play us. That's why you don't hear none of our songs, by the way, as well. Because of why we got banned from that, from the comments on the track and all that.
Understand.
But you know what they don't ever mention, yeah? When we was doing them Wembley arenas and doing these big tours, yeah, we used to have one of the things we used to do is for shelter,
Okay.
yeah. And I swear on my life, Jace, yeah, they used to have buckets, and they used to go round the whole stadium. I'm not talking like 1, 2 buckets.
Yes.
I'm talking a shitload of buckets.
Yeah, I understand.
Filling them up, you know what I mean? So when we come off to do like a change, to get changed, you see like hundreds of buckets, like just full up with coins. So we done a big part of helping charities as well, do you know what I mean? That you don't get the recognition for. And I'll tell you another thing, yeah?
Amazing.
It's like what you said about when people walk past and look at them and think like dirt, or you know, you can help yourself. There's this one time when I used to live in Hoddesdon, yeah, I used to go to the little Tesco's, Tesco's Express. And Skeezy always used to be sitting outside on the floor. I was like, "You alright, mate?" And he was like, yeah. I went, "Have you eaten?" He was like, "No, mate, no." So I went in there, I bought me a meal deal, yeah, and I come out, I went, "Here, bro," if I put it in the bag, I went, "Here, mate." And he looked at me, he went, "You know what, I really appreciate it, mate, but it's not what I'm looking for." You know what I mean? He was looking for the fix.
Yeah, the fix, yeah.
And then, next time I went there, I see him every day, you know what I mean? And Nina can tell you, it's no lie. He was like, "Is that there?" And I was like, "Bruv, it's raining." I said, "Do you know what?" I said, "I'm not being horrible, but I'm going to try and be kind." Like, as I walked through our front door, he had me next door, but he had the door on the left and had another door in front to go to my apartment.
Yes.
But it was only 1-bed flat, and Nina was heavily pregnant at the time. And I said, "You know what? It ain't much." I said, "But you're welcome to come in to stay in my hallway," you know what I mean?
Nice.
And he was like, "You know what, that's really nice of you," brother. He said, "But no, I can't do that." So just a little bit of help, you know what I mean? It's just
Yep.
a hallway, but it's better than being out in the street, you know what I mean?
Oh, when you've been there, you understand.
Yeah, it goes a long way. It goes
It
a long
does.
way. Because
You've got to try, ain't you? You've got to try.
because like for instance, DJ Blue, the one is part of the radio station. I've got a lot of respect and admiration for him because I know him for maybe like over 30 years now.
Wow, it's a long relationship.
Long
friendship.
relationship, and we've gone places together. We've seen a lot of things, and he's gone through a time where he's lost his mother, his father,
Oh,
and
man.
girlfriends, and but one thing about him, he's always tried to do good for people.
Yeah.
But what's happened is like people take that good and flip it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they always do
and
that.
obviously at some point he's going to get hurt. He's going to get scarred, and then he's going to turn to such and such and such to try and mend or comfort that
Yeah.
hurt.
But that's why, you know, you're good friends. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
we're
That's
good
when
friends,
you know
yeah.
when you've got good friends. Because
Yeah.
they ain't there just for certain times. They're
Yeah.
for you
But that's why I said
always.
to you, I connect with the spirit and I connect with people's hearts because, like I said, when I met you, I didn't know who you was,
Yeah.
but I felt something about you, and then that's why I said
Did
when
you
I
feel the love?
we feel the love. Yes, love always, baby. Love always,
the
baby.
love, man.
Yeah, and that's why I said I go by scanning, and when I feel someone, and because I had choices, but it just kept on drawing back to you, and not because you're from a band or famous, etc.
Just something.
It's just something about you, and I will say, like once again, nothing in life is coincidental.
Yeah.
Everybody meets, has a journey together, and then we connect at some point, you know. So before we go on a bit further, Johnny, we're gonna play a song, and then we're gonna invite the families to come along and have some fun with us. I want you to listen to John right now because he's going to do an announcement. He's got subscription. It's a long word, a hard word to say. So, John, I need you to promote yourself and tell the people how to stay in touch with you and follow you.
You can subscribe. Press the subscribe button on Facebook. Yeah, I've been doing some bits on TikTok and that. Been getting like these gifts and that. So. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to get it out there. Do you know what I mean? I just want to get my story out there. I won't lie, trying to earn a bit of money. You know what I mean? I want, like me, Nina, and the kids. Like we've never had nothing. You know what I mean? We've always had it hard. So I'm just trying to do something so we can enjoy. You know what I mean? We've never been
Brilliant.
on a holiday, but we don't care because we all love each other and we're all happy. That's the main thing.
So
But I would like to
they
get
can subscribe on Facebook, YouTube,
yeah,
Instagram,
Instagram,
TikTok.
TikTok.
What's your TikTok name?
What's my TikTok name, baby?
Jo-
John Hendy 17.
John Hendy is 17, and Instagram, same thing. John Hendy official is 17, and on YouTube, another John Hendy. John Hendy, Hendy. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Nina, she's been DJing and she's been doing the
Yeah,
set.
she's
Nina,
doing
come
good.
around here. Let's see you. Come around here for a second. We're gonna do one at a time. We're gonna invite the whole family. Everybody come. Jaden, come on. That's it. Come, Jay. Run
sit,
the
mum,
wire.
and
That's it. Jaden, what are you doing? That's it.
These are the two footballers,
Yep.
two goal scorers. Aren't ya? Loving it. Da 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 da.
So this is our family. So Nina, do you want to say something how you met John? And we already know how you met John, but from your vision, what was it like meeting him at the first time?
No, like John said, we met through. Obviously, I've started first texting him, yeah. So he texts back to me. So yeah, and I've started coming to England because he didn't want to come to see me. So I said, I'm coming now then. So since then, obviously, we've been every weekend together till after a few months I decided to move from Spain.
And also, you've got a tattoo company. Can you promote that as well?
Yes, I'm self-taught since last year, so I've been doing for the last year tattooing. My tattoo page is NNJ Inc. Most of you know it. So just follow me, and if you want tattoo as well, you're welcome to come whenever you're ready.
Oh,
Cool.
She's got a new job now. She's DJ NJ.
and
She's come here, and Jason's chucked her right in the deep end. You've got to do mixing up records.
that's it. And also we got my missus Jada Tremonti. Jada, speaking to the mic. Tell them what you do, what you're about.
So I also have a coaching company, and I work with feminine energy embodiment, goddess work, and you ladies can find me on Instagram, goddess.elements and Jada_Chamonti.
Yeah, so basically, Jada, if you need some uplifting and you've got any scars and issues and lack of confidence, she's the perfect person to talk to. And trust me, guys, she's brilliant. I'm not just saying that because she's my missus, but I'm talking about someone that works in people's hearts and minds and souls and spirit, okay?
Look at Darren. That's why Darren looks so beautiful. Isn't it?
That's it. And this is
Jesus,
and this is my son Jaden. Jaden, you got anything to say?
Hi guys, I'm Jaden. Love always, I so.
And Asha, you want anything to say on the mic? Say I scored yesterday.
I scored yesterday.
Yay!
Me too, I scored yesterday. I scored 1.
Yeah.
I scored 2.
It's
They
my
play
team.
brilliant together.
They play brilliant together.
They're all going to play for Liverpool when they get big boys.
Yeah,
hopefully.
and Mr. Blue, come here. I want you to say something. Tell
Come on, Mr. Blue.
Don't worry, I'll just stick in here. I'll just slide in here like that.
It's only little.
I'm only little.
He's only a little one.
I'm a skinny little run.
Yeah. So, Blue, so tell people a little bit of your story and where they can catch you and your radio show.
Oh, well, as you know, DJ Mr. Blue's busy as always. Like, I'm back here again at 6 o'clock with the Madhouse family. So we're interviewing a rapper called K West tonight. So it's me, Sweetness, and Dan Sum. I'm running a group called the Madhouse Family, which is a rebirth of the Starlight Crew, because I don't want to call it Starlight Crew because we've been there and done that.
Brilliant.
So I'm rebranded, reforming, bringing new artists, new DJs, and new dancers to the
Good,
format.
good. Take me up to it. Well done, mate.
And helping run the radio show, helping Smiley do his thing. As Smiley said, I'm just someone, it's about fitting in. So
Yeah.
I do what I got to do within music.
Everyone's got to do their part,
And
Yeah.
tell them about you going out there and help feeding the homeless as well.
Yeah, so Our Forgotten Neighbours, which is Jason's hat, we're a charity. We do a Thursday night outside Toby Hall, which is in Whitechapel, from 4 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock till 5 o'clock. It's free food. You don't need a ticket. You turn up with your carrier bag or your trolley. They give you free food. Also on a Friday, outside the main gates at Finsbury Park, every Friday,
Brilliant.
from about 2 o'clock, you need to be there from 2 because the queue's large and there's
Brilliant.
lots of food, toiletries, toothpaste, clothing. It's not just food. We take care of people. And then we also do our charity thing, which is down there, that one, where we go out at night. As I said to you, we go out after 12 o'clock and we give rucksacks to people that are sleeping on the streets and stuff
No,
like
that's
that.
wicked.
That's wicked, man.
Really good.
But that's all down to Vincent, really.
Come on, give it a clap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all down to Vincent and Victoria. That is their organisation.
Yeah, shout out to Victoria, shout out to Vincent.
I'm just the backup. I'm just a backup dancer. You know how it goes.
Yeah, we're all needed somewhere,
You know what I mean?
You've got to play our part.
Let me get out of this.
Get your story out there
Yeah,
now,
get
innit?
my story out there, right?
Let
We'll leave you
people
two
know.
alone now.
Cool. Yeah, that was the Hendy family, and obviously my family as well. Amazing show, amazing people. Guys, we got about not long left. We're going to just talk for 2-3 more minutes, and I'm going to end with my signature song. So, John, before we go, is there anything you want to elaborate on, or how was your experience today on the show?
Today, before I come here, I was getting a bit nervous, to tell you the truth.
It's natural.
But it's just a natural
Yeah,
thing,
natural.
you know what I mean? But no, I've done loads of interviews and all that. But yeah, just wanted to come for the experience, you know, try and, you know, promote my thing, help Jason out as well, you know.
Thank you.
And it's a pleasure to be here, sort of thing, because I've never done one before. But yeah, I just hope like I can move on and get some more followers, you know what I mean? And thanks to Jason, hopefully do that, you know. So yeah, but it's been a. I'll tell you what, it's been a laugh though, you know. And you know what they say
And that's the
when
main
you
thing.
laugh. What's that? The endorphins. What's it called? Dolphins or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It sets off endorphins, and that's what makes you feel good. So if you can make people laugh, I think that's one good thing. Do you know
Brilliant,
what I mean?
brilliant. And like I said, before we sign off, for me it's been a pleasure and it's been an honor. And just for you taking the time out to share your story and letting the people know what you, John, not East 17, is about.
Yeah,
And your family, and you guys are a really good family, and I can see there's a connection, and this is powerful, and there's a lot of love there. And wherever you guys go through, wherever you guys are going to achieve in life, trust me, I do believe that you will be successful, and you'll stick together. And I'm so happy to be training your son as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful because you know what I mean. You do give them a love and positivity. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, I like my boy. I know he's like good. You know what I mean? Because I'm not that sort of parent. You know, you get parents go, oh no, he's really good, and then someone's saying, really? Do you know what I mean? So if I didn't see something in him, I wouldn't push him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, understand.
But the thing is, he has ADHD, and it's something that he absolutely loves. You know what I mean? Because like, I don't get it. I was saying about the ADHD thing.
Yeah.
I never got it. I never sort of read up about it. I just thought he was being naughty. Read up about it. When you find out what it goes through, it's like one example. Like they say, like imagine like 8 TVs in a room. Like when he's in the classroom, like imagine 8 TVs in a room, all playing different channels, and then you've got 3 or 4 people talking different times. It's like that's what's going on in his head. You know what I mean? He's like the brain's
I
like,
understand. But
so
like I
now
said,
sort of take a step
yeah, but
back from it.
hopefully the football and obviously the love and support and guidance from your family will help nurture and navigate him through wherever he's
Yeah.
going to go through.
No.
You know, but guys, listen, John, it's been fantastic.
Thank
it's been
you.
amazing. Shake my hand, my
Guys,
brother. But before you
pleasure,
go,
mate.
guys, remember, look for the next Love Always podcast. I thank the station, thank Blue, thank Vincent, thank everybody that's connected, and all the guys who are listening and tuned in. Thank you guys, thank you guys, thank you guys. The Love Always podcast, me, Jason Francis. Look out for the next show. Guys, I'm going to end with my signature song, and because the show is about love and love always, it goes like this.